Okay, so now that Ballistic is out, I can finally talk about him a little bit and explain some like tips and tricks. And give a general rundown of how he works. This isn't going to be like an advanced guide, but more of just if you're going to try to play him, you're going to have a general understanding of what you're doing. Going over his passive is where I think I should start here, since his passive is pretty unique and then it also works with his ult at the same time. So his passive is his sling, where he's allowed to carry a third gun, but you can't carry attachments on that gun. But what you can do is you can carry ammo for it and genuinely use it like a third gun, but I actually would not recommend carrying ammo for the third gun. Unless, for example, say you have an R9 and then your third weapon is also an R9, then technically you'll have ammo for it either way. As you can see, if I grab light ammo, it's also going towards my sling gun. So in that case, it doesn't matter much, but say you have a gun of an ammo type in your sling that you aren't actually using, so let's say I grab a Devo. I would not pick up ammo for the Devotion at all, because when you use your ultimate, you're going to get infinite ammo. And through all the times I've been playing, it doesn't seem like you're ever actually going to use your third gun unless you're in your ult, so there's no need to waste the bag space. Now, I don't know how this is going to work on controller, but if you're M and K, if you want to put a gun directly into your sling without having to actually pick it up, all you do is use your alternate interact. Mine is on my mouse. I don't know what it is by default. But your alternate interact is to put it into the sling right away, and then your character utility action is how to pull it out. Now, you could also do it this way, which I imagine this is actually probably how you have to do it on controller, is if you have it in your 1 or 2. So if whatever gun you want in your sling is your primary, you can actually just drag it down into your sling. Now, it's important to remember whatever gun you put in your sling, that gun will become gold, so it'll have all gold attachments and then infinite reload at the same time. So what gun you put in there, really at the end of the day, is personal preference, but I think there is some guns that are better than others. And in my personal opinion, I think Devotion has been the best gun, because Devotion's a gun that's hard to get fully kitted, especially turbocharger, but it's one of the best guns in the game when you actually have a turbo. So really the general rule for your sling weapon, I would say, is make it a gun that's very impactful when it actually has every attachment in the game that it can have. And then another important thing to note is that it'll actually auto reload, because technically you're getting a golden mag. So if I use my ult here, and then I'll waste some ammo, I can put it away, and since the gun is fully gold when it's in my sling, it's gonna auto reload, as you can see there. I've tried using shotguns in the sling, but I feel like shotguns aren't really necessary to have gold. And then also, if you put them away, your shotguns don't auto reload like actual guns do when they have gold mags. So just my personal advice, I would not recommend using shotguns in the sling. Another thing to note is you can't put care package weapons in your sling. As you can see here, I'm not allowed to put it down here. Which makes sense considering that you can't make a care package gun have all gold attachments, since it already does. But it wouldn't be a bad idea just to have a care package weapon anyways, because I could still grab 3 guns. So now I have a care package weapon, an R9, and an RE. Just a little example on why I think Devotion's the best gun to put in the sling. Oh yeah. Next, let's talk about his tactical, which is his smart pistol. And if you've ever played Titanfall, then you might already kind of know what this gun is. And what it does is shoot a single bullet that locks onto people if you hold down tactical, and you actually don't even need to lock onto people if you don't want to. But what it'll do is hit someone and do 20 damage, and then they'll also have a little temperature icon above them. It'll start at white and then go to yellow and then red if they're overheating their gun. So what happens is whoever you shoot with your smart pistol, the more they shoot, the higher chance they have of overheating their gun. And when they overheat their gun, it'll jam it for like half a second to a second, and then they'll also take an extra 30 damage. If you shoot someone with a smart pistol and they keep shooting, you technically are going to hit them for around 50. Now how this works is if you hold it, you'll have a little blue outline, kind of like Seer does, you can see out in the distance. This is how far it'll be able to actually lock onto someone from. So I'm going to lock onto this dummy really far away, you can see here. So once I actually get locked onto him, which you'll know by it turning yellow, and then you'll get a little reticle around the person you're locked onto. Now that I'm locked on, as long as I'm holding my tactical, I don't even have to look at this guy anymore. I could literally turn around and shoot it like this.
Smart bullet away. Smart bullet struck true.
As you can see, it's pretty hard to miss this once it gets locked on, because I don't even have to look at him for it to hit anymore. It's important to know before the projectile actually starts tracking them, it'll go straight for a short distance and then start turning. So make sure you have nothing in front of you for at least a good distance, because you can see here if I go in front of this, get locked on, and then I look this way,
Smart bullets hunting.
it's just gonna hit
foes.
this. So honestly, I find it better once you get locked on to look somewhere that has a complete open line of sight. So a lot of times once I'm locked on, I will actually just look up in the sky. Pretty much like this.
Smart bullet deployed. Smart bullets landed.
Now, like I was saying before, you actually don't even need to lock onto someone if you don't want to. You could just shoot it straight.
Smart bullets away. The game's afoot.
And you do this just by pressing your tactical instead of holding. It'll make that blue orb as you saw there, and any enemy who runs into it will get hit 5, but the same effect will still be applied. So whoever runs into it still has to worry about their gun overheating, and it'll still hit them for 30 if they do overheat. The only difference here is instead of hitting them for 20 with the lock-on, it'll only hit them for 5.
Smart bullet away. Smart bullets hit a foe.
Now the last, but in my opinion the coolest part about Ballistic is his ultimate. So what'll happen when you use it is your sling gun will become gold. You and all your teammates will also get faster reloads, faster armed movement speed, and infinite ammo. So if you know how Mad Maggie, her passive when she has a shotgun, is she will move the same with a shotgun out as she would with just having her fist out. When you use Ballistic's ult, he does the same thing, but this applies to every weapon. Also, after using ult, your sling will become gold, but none of your teammates' guns will become gold, just saying. Your teammates only get infinite ammo, faster movement speed, and faster reload. They don't get a gold like you do. You can see here how my devotion is default, but I use my ult.
My blood boils.
And now I have a full gold devo. And I am moving with this out the same way I would move without it out. As you can see here, there's no change in movement speed. And if I put it away, it's gonna auto reload it for me since it has a gold mag now. I'm just saying, you don't need to put the gun away to reload it, obviously. You can also see that I reload very fast, and this applies to any gun that I have. It's not even just the sling weapon. You see, aren't I reload super fast? If I shoot a Kraber, Kraber also reloads very fast. So this works on every gun you have, as long as your ult's up. Now, you can actually cancel the ult and then get it fully refunded, as long as you do it during the animation, so if you accidentally use it. And all you have to do is pull out the weapon that's in your sling. So let's say I just accidentally use my ult here. All I'm going to do is pull out my Evo, which is my third weapon.
I sense the rage.
And as you can see, it didn't use my ult and I still have it. So yeah, that's kind of about all I have. At the time this video will be uploaded, Ballistic has only been out for around 6 hours. So I kind of wanted to give a general rundown for people who want to play him and then don't want to look completely lost at the same time. And if you're more of an aggressive player, then I think Ballistic is actually a really good legend for you to play. And that's about all. See ya.